Saturday, 8th of February, 1969, Vietnam. Australia is 7 years into a war that started with just 30 advisors. That would grow. It now involves Army, Navy and Air Force, and is particularly brutal. There are so many stories from this war. Here's one. First, two names to know. Huey is the nickname of the American Bell Iroquois helicopter. Noddy is the nickname of Australian flying officer Wayne Parsons. Noddy's love of flying started with fixed wings. His career ended with 747s. In between was Vietnam and the Iroquois.
It was the world's first turbine-powered helicopter. A magic aircraft. Absolutely magic. The Air Marshals didn't understand the Huey and its capability because they were used to the old Dragonflies and Bristol Sycamores with their underpowered, gets hot, they won't fly, can't fly. This thing, the more power you pull, the better the engine goes.
Well, Noddy, I don't want to be too pointed about this, but there's not much room in there, no room to swing a cat. How do you feel being back in that spot?
Like being home.
Well, there's no way in the world this thing's going to fly, but if it were flyable, would you be able to fly it now?
It'd take me a little while, but it's a bit like riding a bike, David. Once I got the hang of it, yeah.
On that Saturday in 1969, Noddy and his Huey would be truly tested. They were heading back to base when a call came for any winch-equipped helicopter in Phuoc Tuy province. The Battle of Hat Ditch was raging in instalments, and an Australian platoon was pinned down.
They'd happened into a bunker system, and these bunker systems were so designed by a very shrewd and cunning enemy to be completely invisible until somebody wandered into the bunker system. And there were bunkers and firing foxholes with self-supporting fire across virtually a killing field.
In that killing field, the platoon's radio operator had been shot.
He took the full impact in the radio set, and of course it destroyed the radio, but destroyed most of his back. So our boys weren't going to move until they got him out.
The first rescue attempt was made by the Americans.
The American helicopter went in over the top and received intense ground fire and was so severely damaged they had to cable cut this fellow just as he was coming off the ground. And so they hit the cable cut and got the hell out of there and crash landed about 5 kilometres away.
Now it's Noddy's turn.
On the way to the grid reference given, 607929, I had to think, now, how the hell did that helicopter get shot down and how can I avoid it? And I determined that if I could nestle the helicopter in the top of a big bushy tree, hopefully there would be one in the vicinity that they could get to the winch going down the cable, I'd be pretty right, because I'd be invisible to those on the ground. We came into the top and as luck would have it, a big bushy primary jungle tree was there, and I nestled the helicopter down in the top branches of this tree, hiding amongst the foliage. Now, my hover reference was a branch out here. And a bit further ahead than that. But there we sat. And down went the cable. And meanwhile, as we approached, we could hear the gunfire intensity on the ground increasing. To a bloody crescendo. Because the Viet Cong knew that to get a chopper was a prize. Temporal distortion just takes over. Time just slows down. And the bullets going by sort of, you know, everything just slows down. The picture of the windscreen going in front of my eyes, just don't think about it. Just concentrate on the job, maintain a steady hover, and hope to goodness when we retrieve the litter with the patient, the litter doesn't snag in the trees.
It didn't snag. The Huey was up and off like a rabbit ahead of the pack. But a crewman told Noddy that the patient was dead.
I said, well, there was a line when he left the ground. Do what you can to get the vital signs back, please, Jock. So he was busy with that. Meanwhile, I was red line speed. The knots here stop at 120. Well, I was doing 135. Right on the verge of retreating blade stall, which in a helicopter, if you run into it, it pitches you up and rolls you left rapidly. And usually the rotor flicks off and goodbye, good night, Charlie. Anyway, all good, eh, Charlie? You're going down. Charlie was the nickname of the VC.
The Huey made it back safely, and the wounded man was showing vital signs when they landed.
Unfortunately, later on in the morning, early morning Sunday, the 9th, we heard that he'd passed away. And sorry, I always crack up at this point. Yeah. Rest in peace, Malcolm. God, we gave it our best.
Postscript. Wayne Noddy Parsons' military service is acknowledged with a swag of medals. His actions that one day in Vietnam did not add to the tally.